Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Marketing Matters. I am Sarah Touchstone, Landmark Titles social media marketing strategist and educator. We are joined today by Keith Flynn. He's kind of like one of our regulars on Marketing
Yeah.
Matters, I feel like now. Like we've been doing this long enough that we have regular appearances by and repeat guests on here. And there's a reason for that because Keith is one of these social media gurus for real estate out there. If it's social media related, if it's real estate related, Keith knows a thing or two about it. He is actually are you still the digital marketing director?
Yeah,
Is that
break
still
room.
your title?
Yeah, director of break room experience.
I don't know. Sometimes these titles change, but
Yeah.
he is over at the brokerage West USA Realty. And I mean, he's got his hands in everything marketing related, but particularly their digital marketing. He is also the owner and founder of Flynn Media Group. So he can go above and beyond for real estate agents when it comes to marketing their real estate business. And like I said, we have him on a lot because he's a wealth of knowledge. So, with that being said, Keith, you are welcome to screen share and take away the presentation today
All
and
right.
tell us what we're actually going to be talking about.
Yeah, let's do something fun. Let me see if this works out like I hope it does. Because I like doing this on mine, but I've never done it as a remote. But look at that. Does that work for you?
Woo! Yeah, I
All
see
right.
it.
Cool. All right. So I mean, it's not like I'm going to be pointing and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, I like this advanced. I'm usually in the corner, so just and it is what it is. But
Nobody
yes,
puts Keith in a corner.
no one puts Keith in the corner. Um, as always, thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate you inviting me on the show. I always enjoy chatting with everybody, and then obviously the conversations that happen afterwards are really awesome. And so, um, one of the big questions that I get from a lot of real estate agents, is just like the basics, like getting going, and so there won't be like a lot of super crazy secret sauce in what I'm going to share, but it's just a reaffirm the basics, what we're doing, why you should be doing it. And if you've got any new agents who are listening, take note of this because there are some really good, bits and tidbits here for you guys. And first and foremost, the basics, right? Where do we start? So when we're talking about, obviously tips for getting started with social media, one of the first and the big ones that I always like to talk about is what platforms we should be on. And so, number one being on real estate. To get started, setting up a business page on your Facebook page is important or through your Facebook account. If you haven't done so, highly recommend doing that. If you have, like I hope most of us who are listening have, it's just a great way to post professional information to your business page and using best images and photos is important when it comes to Facebook algorithm favors a lot of great posts that have great engagement, and I think that's one of the big things that a lot of agents forget to do is we're always just broadcasting and we forget to come back and engage. And so one of the big things I can't emphasize enough, and not just me, any social media person or expert or influencer, anybody who does what I do will tell you that the reason why we're on these platforms is to ask good questions, get back into the comments and engage with your audience members, and really push local and work for content that you put out that people want to save and come back and reference, what we call evergreen content. And so that's a big one when it comes to utilizing your excuse me, your Facebook page. And you're going to see the same resonating strategy and tactics across all your platforms or wherever you're at. And so number two, though, for you guys right there is Instagram, right? If you haven't heard of Instagram, then it's time to come out from underneath that rock. But right now, there's a lot of buzz around Instagram. Obviously, if you may or may not know this, but Facebook owns Instagram. They just announced that they're going to be bringing Reels into Facebook. Reels is the number one competitor against TikTok right now. So the really big difference between the two is TikTok still is focused on a younger demographic, so 28 and younger. But just remember this: if you guys think TikTok and Instagram are just for kids, Snapchat is for kids. At one point, they said Instagram was for kids or the younger demographic. But those folks have one thing we all can't stop is what? Getting older, right? So as we age, we're familiar with these platforms and we're going to continue to use them. And so now you see our primary audience on Instagram, which was once young or kids, are now in our millennials, older millennials. And so they're on these platforms. And so when you're using Instagram, it's important to post every day. And it's important to post highly visual content. Instagram is very visual, so is this real estate industry. So the two are a great marriage together, guys. Find the best hashtags on your Instagram account. Go to the search button, which is the little hourglass or the magnifying glass. Search for hashtags that are relevant to your business, to this industry. AZ real estate, Arizona real estate, Scottsdale real estate, whatever that hashtag is. Get into those top posts, the most common, or follow the thread, follow the hashtag, but then get in there and start commenting and engaging. Hey, I really like your content. Look forward to seeing more of it. Or that's a beautiful home. Recently sold one in the area, and start those conversations. The reason why I'm telling you to do that with Instagram, guys, is because it's not just about you posting content, but it's also about the algorithm watching how you use the content and how you engage with other users. They want to see a mix of comments, likes, shares, new follows, as well as your content being pushed out. When you can wrap all that up together and get a nice balanced interaction with the platform, the algorithm is going to reward you with more followers and more exposure. Hope that makes sense. So definitely a big one there. Excuse me. I got polyps or something. I don't know. I got to figure out what's going on with my voice. The third one here of number one basics is LinkedIn, guys. Understanding LinkedIn is been a challenge for a lot of folks. Great for commercial real estate, getting in with influencers, C-level decision makers, investors. But you guys should definitely also have a solid LinkedIn presence as well. So update your personal profile. Make sure all your contact information is up and running. Beyond just having a personal LinkedIn account, if you are in business as an agent, why not create a LinkedIn business page as well? Now, I'm not saying go out and do this right away, but if it's something that you want to do, you can utilize that business page on LinkedIn specifically for what you do as an agent and use that as social proof, as well as another opportunity for you to grow exposure and get some digital presence online. And again, not just LinkedIn, not just Instagram, but Facebook. These are all free. There's no cost associated for you to get your exposure for your business. Network with other real estate agents, right? Connect with real estate brokerages, find out what they're doing, see what they're putting out, stay in touch with what's happening with the industry, and of course, then connect with your current clients, become friends with them, stay memorable. I have a statistic coming down the road here. It's crazy about people not remembering who their agent was. All right, number two. Start a two-way conversation. I can't emphasize this enough. 94% of millennial home buyers, guys, take to social media to learn about a product or service. These guys, they're not susceptible to traditional forms of advertising, print media, billboards, TV commercials. If they want to see that advertising, then they're gonna go on and jump on and start to open a magazine, which they don't do anymore. Sorry. So constant in-your-face promotion has minimal appeal, meaning that they don't want to hear just listed, just sold all the time. That's great. Celebrate those accomplishments, but we need to also be asking questions and start conversations. Remember, social media really is just social prospecting. We're not out and about. We're not out shaking hands. We're still, working with minimal contact. And, with COVID, it has changed a lot. So people are taking to social media in order to build those relationships. Walk everyone through the process when it comes to home buying and selling. Educate your audience. Take your top 5 questions and make each one of those a post, and then create that bond with your audience so that when they have a need, they're going to remember you, right? So before they have a need to want to buy, they're going to be like, you know what? This guy Keith puts out some great content, and a year or two down the road, when it comes time to buy, they're going to remember you. So that's a good one there. Number 3, choose your platforms wisely. Which platforms deserve the majority of your focus? A lot depends on your audience. I don't recommend being everywhere. You don't need to be everywhere for everyone. Reverse engineer your audience and then determine where they are, and then that's where you should be. Focus on a few platforms to start, just so you can get comfortable with your cadence and with your frequency and your consistency in your posts. If you're looking for millennials, they're on Instagram. The largest first-time home buyer is almost 60% of your first-time home buyers are millennials, and they're going to be on Instagram. That's where they love to live, and Instagram is considerably growing, especially with all the recent changes with Facebook and their integration. Gen X and Boomers, they are on Facebook. Pinterest is another one too for consideration. Number 4 for you guys. My one of the big things that the algorithm looks at is posting consistently and being strategic. So social media for real estate strategy is a lot like a successful relationship building strategy in life. But it's also now it's on social media. So you need to be consistent, interact to provide value, and motivate people to keep coming back to see your content. So one big tip, get an editorial calendar. You can Google blank calendar and then write in the dates or write in the days of the week. Dates really aren't too important, but Monday through Friday, what day is going to be what content? Educational, entertainment, empowering, market statistics, community spotlight piece. Choose a day of the month and write that in so that you know each Tuesday you do a neighborhood piece, or each first Monday of every month you do the last month's market stats. But be consistent with that so that your audience starts to look for your content. Excuse me, I apologize. Share your posts so you can meet with clients. Schedule your posts so you can meet with clients and do open houses. Go out and be an agent. Scheduling is important. You can utilize these scheduling tools and set yourself up on a Sunday night, and then your content is hitting your social media feeds as you're out about doing all those things that you need to be doing as an agent. At the end of the day, we are more than just marketers, right? We are the CEO, the CFO, and so scheduling will help you keep your sanity, and I highly recommend doing that. Tip number 4, part 2, in being consistent and strategic. Frequency is one thing that the frequency is one thing. Is only one thing, but you also have to consider the nature of the content itself. Most content breaks down into 3 different groups. So number 1 is time sensitive, promotional. Those posts advertise new properties and marketing, open houses, your brand and branding in general. But think of listing photos, right? If you're going to push out content, 360 photos are great. Live streaming from Facebook is awesome. Those are going to be time sensitive posts. Evergreen content, number 2 there, is what's informative, but this content answers questions today, and it can answer the same question next year. So evergreen means it sustains the test of time. So a checklist for moving in, or decoration tips, decluttering your house, organizing, things that are always the same regardless of the time of year or the situation. As a buyer and a seller, we all go through some of the same things regardless of when it is. So that evergreen content is going to be awesome. And then the last one I like is fun and entertaining. This is a great way for you guys to showcase your personality. If you want to review a restaurant or a community in the area, have fun with that. If you're a foodie, talk about what's great to eat at the mom and pop local restaurants. If you like to hike, like Sarah does, she's always posting great content about everything and everywhere Arizona. I mean, I don't think there's any place she hasn't been. I always see great content. If I'm a hiker, I'm going to follow her and engage with her, and I'll remember her that, oh yeah, she's also an agent. I should probably, or you're not an agent, but I should also reach out to her in regards to real estate related needs, and she could connect me with an awesome agent. So, and of course you could pepper in the fun stuff, the funny, cat videos and the dog memes and all the other stuff. There's no reason why we can't showcase our personality at the same time we're experiencing and showcasing our expertise. All right. I'm glad we're getting down to the last ones because my voice is going pretty quick here, sir. All right. So incorporate storytelling. Number 5. This is a big one. You guys as agents, you are some of the best storytellers because you hear so many people's stories about why they're buying and selling a home, moving from out of state, just got married, newborn, we're growing the family, empty nester. Incorporate this storytelling into what you do and the problems that you help solve as an agent because there's so many other people that are going to be in the same situation as your current or future clients. So leverage those successes in your storytelling. Talk about your neighborhood. Do more than share prices and features. If someone was moving from out of state, share their story about how they overcame not knowing anybody and you were the connector who introduced them to the best restaurant in the neighborhood or the school that their kid's going to attend or your interview with the teachers or principals of that school, why it's an A+ school, anything to do about the community. Use that to your advantage. Include client testimonials. If they liked your experience with you and they did well, ask them if they're open to like a 30-second conversation or a quick video clip on why they chose you as an agent and how their experience was. Say something like, I'm not comfortable talking about myself, but my clients would be happy to share more about their experience with me, and then cut to that video. I think it's a great way for folks to learn more about you, and it builds trust because they're hearing it from a happy customer and not just you saying, I'm awesome, which you should be doing anyways, but pepper in the cool content. Share your milestones, guys. How long have you been an agent? Any recent recognition or awards, top producer, CE classes that you got, you successfully got through in 17 hours or whatever you needed to do. Any rebranding or any new haircut. You got your haircut. That's great. Where did you go? Showcase the salon. You're the in-the-know agent. So this is all great content to share with your audience as you go about your business as an agent. Cool. Number 6, use great on-brand visuals. You guys know this is a very visual industry, right? Because of the visual nature of house shopping, it's a lot easier than now for customers to take online and they go through and find examples of their dream home, where they want to live, where they want to buy. Street View is going to show us what the neighborhood looks like, HOA or not. Does the neighbor next door park in the driveway or does he park in the front yard? I don't want to live next to him. So we can see these things. But one of the things you can do as an agent is learn to use Canva. I teach that class. It's an awesome way for you to incorporate not just a solid image of a home, but add overlays, call to actions, phone numbers, fun little things to really get people to stop scrolling on their phone when they see your content.
One of the things I love about Canva too, Keith, is it has the ability to create videos or video aspects. If you've gone to any of our GIF or GIF making sessions, you may have tomato. You may have some of those that you want to incorporate into your social media, and this is something you can easily do on platforms like Canva.
Yes, you can, and Canva had some video components to their platform, but in the last year, they went all in, and they're growing their video templates, their animations. One of the cool things about Canva that I tell a lot of clients, especially the ones who are apprehensive about being on camera, is you can still use and take advantage of the video component of any social media platform, because when you create a video or a graphic in Canva and you add a animated component to it, like a blinking arrow or phone numbers that move, any type of animation, it automatically converts that graphic to a video file format, which tells your social media platform this is a video, and you're going to get more organic traffic and exposure that way. You don't have to be all up in the camera, but just use these video components to game the algorithm and really take advantage of your opportunity to increase your audience and your engagement. Create collages, more than just a static photo. Look, your customers can all see the exterior of a home on the MLS listings. So dispense with the exterior shot. Go right in with that wow element within the home, the backyard, the backsplash, the remodeled kitchen, and make collages. They've got templates on Canva that you can add a collage. The reason why we're adding a collage or we're using the carousel posts on Instagram is when your audience stops scrolling and that image, your content stays on their phone for 4, 5, 6 seconds, the algorithm is watching how long your audience looks at your content. If I 1 second scroll, no value. Scroll stop, 5, 6 seconds. By creating a collage, you're creating multiple photos on one post. So now I'm looking at this one. I'm looking at that one. Oh, that's pretty. That's cool. Oh, look at that one. I'm adding time to the time on the content so that the algorithm thinks this is high value. They're going to start sharing it organically with more people who they think would be interested in your content. Same with collage or carousels. A carousel post is one solid post, but then you've got up to 10 additional photos. Bathroom, kitchen, backyard, scrolling. Now I'm scrolling on your content. I'm telling the algorithm, high value. And now the next time you have your content go out, it's going to push out more organically to your audience. So carousel posts, videos, and collages are all going to get people to slow down and tell the algorithm you've got good stuff. And then consider Pinterest, guys. Pinterest is another great one too for visuals. You're 40 plus, your Gen Xers are growing fast on Instagram or on Pinterest. Also too, the female demographic is very large on Pinterest as well. And as we all know, females tend to have a little more buying power and influence and say when it comes to purchasing a home. So last one, here we go. Remember your past clients. This is crazy. Incredibly, 70% of homeowners can't ever remember the name of their real estate agent 1 year from close. So there's no reason why you guys can't keep value in front of your past clients as well. And so it's a great tool using social media to release a stream of evergreen content. As I mentioned earlier, design inspirations, checklists, prepare for winter, summer. How do I flush my hot water heater? Do I even know that I'm supposed to be doing that? Remodeling, landscaping, one thing you could do every year to increase the value of your home. These are all content that can keep serving to your past clients, creating great value for them, and most importantly, keep you top of mind, because when they have a need or they know someone who does, we want to be the 30% who remember you, right? That's what's important. Become a connector. Go to the resources, all things local. Be the one who is in the know with your clients and in your community, and that will keep people coming back to your social media content. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my seven hot ones. And I can't tell you guys, these are all out there. I've talked about these over the last 7 years that I've been with West USA and almost 20 years in advertising. But putting these together for you guys today has actually been really fun because I really sat down and thought about this. And so this is going to be great evergreen content for me and my clients and the other agents that I work with. So thank you, Sarah. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's funny. I actually was talking with one of my industry partners yesterday, and I was like, this is why I teach, so that I can actually get into the material, get updated, get familiar with it. And then, especially with social media, because it changes all the time. So those of us that are constantly, offering educational platforms, we really do stay up to date with the information out there, because if we're going to present it and we're going to be the people in the know, like, we have to know this inside and out. So I'm with you there, Keith. Like, that's why I love doing these webinars and doing these classes, because it's not only great for the real estate agents that we present this for, but as influencers in the real estate community, it keeps us up to date. It keeps us on our toes, and it just makes us that more powerful of partners for you real estate agents out there that work with us.
Yep, you're right. And you know, and it's, you know, social media really has become an essential piece of every realtor's marketing toolkit. And, you know, it's important to keep measuring and keep learning. These platforms are always changing. They've got new features, new ways to get exposure. There's just always something changing. So whether it's me or Sarah or anyone in general who is a practitioner and as well as teaching or educating agents, keep checking back in with classes like this, you know, once every 6 months, because there's always fresh new takes and there's always new strategies and tools that you can use to implement into your marketing. And you guys, it's a very loud and competitive and cluttered industry when it comes to agents. We're all, unfortunately, you know, fortunately for some, but unfortunately for others, we're all vying for attention right now with very low inventory. And so we can't miss any opportunities that come our way. We have to move quickly. I've learned in the last 2 years, speed is an essential tool or element to real estate right now, because as soon as things hit the MLS, they're not on there long and they're getting multiple offers, and we're still barely over 30 days of inventory at the last time I checked. So you know, be fluid, and be a sponge and absorb as much as you can. But again, keep it simple. Only do a few platforms till you get comfortable, and then you can grow from there.
Yeah. And I think one of the most important things in social media too is have fun with it. Like
Yeah.
if it's a chore or if it's a platform that you don't like using, you are less likely to actually use it. So I know for me, I was a little slower to the Instagram game. I think I've only been on it for maybe 2 years now.
Right.
And I was like, I don't really like this platform. This is hard to use. But then over time, just using it and understanding how it's a visual platform and we are in a visual industry,
Right.
how much you can really leverage platforms like Instagram. And I'm still a loyal Facebook user. Facebook is still my number one.
Yeah.
But Instagram is quickly becoming, my favorite, and especially with Reels.
Right.
Like Reels are ridiculously fun and amazing. Mm-hmm. And once again, just like with so many things that we take on with social media, we're like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know how I feel about this. Right. Reach out to somebody. I actually sat down with one of my industry partners yesterday. She wanted to get into Reels, and she's like, I've taken the classes. I'm still just not 100% comfortable with creating the content for it. So we actually went to a restaurant, we sat down, and I basically mapped it out for her. I'm like, okay, you video this, you video this, you video this. Now we're going to upload it. Now we're going to add this. Now we're going to do this. And within, I don't even know that it took us 30 minutes. And by the end, she had a beautiful product that she was so proud of. And she felt so confident with going forward and creating more, Reels or more, social media. So sometimes it really is just getting that ball rolling. So really great to have you on, Keith. If you could please put your contact information in our chat window in case anybody would like to reach out to you. If you guys have any questions, Keith covered all of that information really well. I'm going to go ahead and blow through the other classes we have coming up. But if you have any questions, please put them in the chat and we'll get to them. So tonight, speaking of Reels, Reels,
I saw that yesterday.
Imagine that. I'm going to be teaching a Reels class this afternoon.
For Reels?
For Reels. Yeah.
For Reels.
I'm going to be teaching it for Reels, guys. This is, like I said, this to me is just a really, really fun platform. I have a good time with it. I'm going to give you guys a little secret. It's a copycat platform. So what you want to create on there is exactly what other people are already doing. I know that's another issue that a lot of people have when it comes to like creating video or content. The idea is not to be super creative and super original. It's literally taking other people's content and remixing and redoing these reels with yourself in them. It's a super easy, it's a super fun platform. But if you've never used it, you might have a little issues on where do I start? Where do I find it? How do I upload things? Come to class tonight. You're going to get a great little tutorial. And then we're going to give you a happy hour.
It's like DJing, right? You're just taking one song and remixing it a different way. So that's a classic someone loves, but it's got a different beat.
Yeah. It's like, you kind of know this song, but you don't know this song. You kind of know this reel, but you don't know this reel. So we're pairing the two of my favorite things tonight. So we are going to throw a little happy hour afterwards. I'm going to be DJing, throwing down some things that you may have not ever heard, but you kind of have. So it'll give us a great opportunity too. And we're doing the happy hour afterwards too, to give you guys an opportunity to create some content in real time. Valerie, are you wanting the link for this? This is an in-person class tonight. So you got to be there in person if you would like to attend. I can give you more information. Shoot me an email after this. I'll link you up with Mary and we'll get you the address and everything if you would like to. Oh, Valerie's in Prescott. Don't worry, Valerie. We're going to be doing Reels classes again. I'll get you covered. Just reach out to Michelle. She'll get you covered on those. Tell her you want a Reels class and we'll do one. And then speaking of social media and basics, I'm going to be doing a social media basics class again, because I just literally can't get enough of social media. It's kind of what I geek out on like every day. Keith knows nothing about that. So we're going to be going over a lot of similar things, but we'll be diving a little bit more in depth into the platforms of social media, what type of content, frequency of posting, and all of that good stuff. This will be another in-person class tomorrow in Goodyear. So those of you that are in the West Valley, come out, attend, would love to see you there. This is going to be at 11 a.m. tomorrow. And then we've got some two-part classes coming up next month. So this is lead generation. We've had Butch on before to do CE classes. He is an incredible, engaging individual, basically. His classes are fun, and he's going to tell you all about how to create an authentic path of lead generation. If you're interested in this, this is going to be March 2nd and March 3rd, 2 days, two-part class. And then we've got another CE class coming up on March 3rd. This one's going to be in person. This is going to be over in Glendale, appraisal methodology. This is going to be for, it sounds delicious, doesn't it? This is going to give you 3 hours of general credit. So if you would like to attend an in-person CE, let us know. We'll get you registered for that. Oh, and then gifts. We were just talking about these, right? We've got a gift making party, or GIF, whatever you call it, whether it's you want to open up a present or you're going to eat some peanut butter. We've got you covered. These are very fun, very engaging. If you see people like that have their own things where like they're just like dancing and pointing or like doing like this on their stories or on their social media posts. Yeah. Call me. We are doing this for you guys. I highly recommend jumping in and getting these made. I mean, 5 gifts for $30 and you can create really unique. Really unique.
Dallas Andrews. I mean, at one point he was 5 for 50, guys. So this is a great price.
This is a landmark title special.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, well done, Sarah. 'Cause that's a nice. That's 5 for 30 is really great price.
Yes, and actually next week I think we're gonna do a Canva class, and I'm gonna show you how to upload images like GIFs into social media posts so that you can leverage these type of things, because this is the way. This is like the next step with social media, is getting some animation and getting really creative with what you're doing. So this is also going to be on March 3rd. This is going to be, once again, in person. This is going to be off Camelback Road in Phoenix from 1 to 3. I'm going to be there hanging out, having a good time. Come on by. And then if you need some more CE classes, guys, we do these every month on the 3rd Thursday of the month at 10 a.m., 10 to 1. Our next one is coming up on March 17th. It's going to be Commissioner Standards. And then April 21st, which is also my birthday, I'm just saying, this is how I like to celebrate, CE and it up. We're going to do contract law. So if you guys would like the link for these, let's get registered. Let's get you up to date with your credits. That's it for us today. So thank you, Keith. Always great to have you on. You inspire agents and you inspire me with your content. Like it's always really good to get you on here and find out what's actually floating around in your head. And you probably are the person I think that stays the most up to date with all the changes and everything that happen on social media.
Thank you.
So, I mean, maybe I just don't know a lot of people, Keith, but.
No, it's an obsession. So, yeah, that's because I don't want to ever look like I don't know what I'm talking about. And the last thing you want to be like is like, yeah, I hear this MySpace thing is really going to take off. So
I can only wish. I would love to see MySpace come back.
Right.
If any of us could even remember our logins.
No.
Probably don't even have those email addresses.
That was our first exposure to GIFs.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. So thank you, Keith. Thank you, of course, to our business development management team. If you need any marketing assistance, any social media marketing, any print marketing, if you just want to talk about different marketing strategies, we talk about a lot of them here on Marketing Matters, but these are the folks right here that will sit down, will be an advocate for you, will work with you side by side and be your partner in the industry. So please reach out to them, reach out to Becky, Beth, Melinda, Mary, Patty, Michelle up in Prescott, and Michael, because they will hook you up, guys. And as always, thank you to Landmark Title for allowing us to bring you great content on Marketing Matters every week. We have about 2 years worth of content. So if there's a marketing topic that you are interested in, check us out on YouTube. Just look for Landmark Title Assurance Agency, and you can find all of our Marketing Matters. You can also find us all over the Phoenix area. We have 7 offices to service you wherever you're doing real estate. And we even have an office up in Prescott. So we'd love to work with you on your next contract. Please think of us, and we'll see you next week.